And I want to be clear, we're not waiting until those fires are over to start helping the victims. We're getting them help right now, as you all know. People impacted by these fires are going to receive one-time payment of $770. One-time payment.
How much? You're joking, aren't you? For me? $770? Unbelievable, innit? Someone tell Grandad to put his wallet away. Anyway, welcome back to the corner of the internet where the expectation of content is low but the spirits are high. So without further ado, let's get straight into it.
Y'all would not believe what they found in certain areas that were burnt in the LA fires. Could this be why the military and the FBI was deployed and was stopping people from going down certain areas? You cannot make this up. They tell us right in our faces, bruh. Y'all, look at this video. This is what they found underground.
With the hazmat, we have found a underground lithium battery storage plant for bicycle batteries that has posed a huge hazard in that area. We are working with the hazmat teams to keep that contained. So a lot of that is just very dangerous. As you just heard, the air quality in some of that area is still very, very high.
With that being said, look at this video of these people not being able to go to their homes.
Yeah, it fucking sucks. Now we're getting state getting fucking wrong.
Y'all let me know what y'all think about that down below in the comments. This shit crazy, fool.
Well, there it is. There's your answer. What did we say? We said it a few episodes back. We've said lithium is probably the cause of this, or there's some nefarious intent in the background of why they're doing this, because there's no way that these are accidental fires. No way. Insurance claims cancelled, some of them after decades of paying, and they're in the 80s and stuff. Disgusting. All for more profit. They're not happy with the control they have. They just need more all the time. It is vile. Vile. And it'll go unchecked. We'll all make a stir about it on the internet. There will be a load of content about it. Nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. They'll palm them off with the money. Half of them won't even get it. And then that'll be it. On to the next disaster.
This right here, that's a smart meter going off and catching fire.
So today we're going to hit on why you should opt out of a smart meter. And here's an example right here. You know these Palisade fires going on in California? Check this. Then let's take a listen at the PG&E meter reader and what he says about smart meters.
If they do catch on fire, then they are remotely turned back on.
Interesting. Then I decided to do a little digging on who has the most smart meters in the country. California, 13 million units on 14 million houses. So if smart meters catch fire, this would lead to wildfires all the time. So then it turned out to be true. Check this out. Crisis averted. Ontario smart meter explodes next to gas line. Think about that. Smart meter was burned on the house. And this is where it gets crazy. Smart meter catches fire. Utility company denies homeowner's damage claim. Isn't that interesting with the insurance being removed a couple months prior? Look at this one. Smart meters linked to 13 fires in Ontario. Fire marshal says, seems like a lot of people know about these fires caused by these meters. And here's another one where it talks about they can't handle severe weather. Interesting. And PG&E. And it's interesting because YouTube has wiped a lot of this off the internet, but here's a smart meter starting on fire and then the whole house goes up in flames. Interestingly enough, some of the houses in Los Angeles didn't catch fire that didn't have a smart meter, but the ones with the smart meter ended up looking like this.
So, the company that supplies these smart meters are not going to be held liable for this. If they are, they'll have a big bail, big handout off the government for the services in this act. Absolutely disgusting act. I cannot believe the level of either incompetence or just plain evilness. Horrible. Killing people for ripping lives apart for money, for profit. Does it ever get any lower than that? In America, why is it always America? Why do they always have to be so greedy? It happens everywhere. There's corruption everywhere, don't get me wrong. But why does America always have to take it to the next level? They're never happy. Just never happy with what they've got. I had to put a Bigfoot in. I've not done one for quite a bit now, so I had to put my daily Bigfoot clip in. I believe this one's real just because of the eye shine. Because we can't recreate the eye shine, can we? And I zoomed in and I kept slowing it down and stuff. And I was trying to notice the hands and see if they had that setback thumb, but I couldn't make it out, so I looked at the eye shine. So I genuinely believe this one's real. And the way they're jet black, people say it's like a different sort of black you've ever seen. Like a darkness. So maybe, who knows? Could be a hoax. My opinion.
These things that Lazar talked about was that what human beings are and what this planet is essentially a farm for souls, and that there's some need for the essence of a life form, a soul. Now, if you've created artificial intelligence, imagine if there's one hurdle that cannot be bypassed, and that hurdle is a soul, and that it's actually a real thing. And it's a real, not just an energy, it's a type of matter, it's something legitimate that creates an individual thing, a life form. And these creatures, maybe they need souls.
So AI is not going to be sufficient?
I don't know, but this is the weirdest thing that he talked about. He said that we're essentially a farm for soul.
I've mentioned this in a previous video about a clip I seen many moons ago where a doctor performed a test on a person that was dying, and he measured the body, and then as the soul left the body there was a change in weight. So the soul is obviously real. So there could be a point, it could be what they're saying in this clip. It could be human farming.
Depressed, depressed.
We're still sitting in a classroom doing nothing. When are we ever gonna learn that this isn't the method? This isn't the road to success. This is just nothing. Wasted 7 hours. I've wasted every single day going here and I haven't got anything out of it.
Ding 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 ding. This kid for president. I was never this smart as a kid. With the social media and the way the internet is in the world, yeah, there's more exposure to answers and information out there, so we was never going to get that information at our age. But even if I did, I don't think I would have even mentioned anything, made a video, done something. This hits the nail on the head for me. This is outdated curriculum. It's just getting passed down, regurgitated through generation to generation. We should be teaching our kids about the outdoors, woodwork, building, growing their own food, handling money, sense of community, stuff like this. It doesn't have to be work. And more families are joining in on this movement that's going on with the van life and the travelling, high paying jobs people have got in very, very big firms, and they're quitting. They're just taking the kids and travelling the world. They start off doing it for a couple of months or a couple of years. I've seen some in Costa Rica in little tiny classes where they do hands-on things every day outside in the jungle and stuff like this. Unbelievable. Very, 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 very. And it's always the people who have ADHD and can't sit still and have attention disorders that are the ones that are leaders when it comes to the physical activities outside. I was the same. I could never sit still in class. I never went. I didn't even do my GCSEs, but I was always out playing football, loving that sport, stuff like that. So I can speak from experience. It does work like that. Outdated curriculum needs to stop. Homeschooling needs to be the future, or a different form of system.
Check my seat.
Are you ready? I'm about to blow your subconscious mind, and you're never gonna be able to look at things the same way if you watch this. It all starts with the pineal gland, which is an organ that senses light. It looks like an eye. It's centered in the middle of your head, and it's underneath your brain. This gland collects information about light, like when it gets dark, it produces melatonin, so you sleep. But does it make sense to have an organ that looks like an eye, that senses light, but doesn't see light like your eyes do? The pineal gland is located at the top of your spine, and it basically points down, facing towards your heart. And there's a reason that I'm always talking about heart-brain coherence. If you're new here, you should check out my page. I've got a video pinned about how to use heart-brain coherence when you're trying to manifest, as it's the most powerful way to manifest things into your life. The heart represents your 3D body, your physical form, and connects to the universe through your pineal gland, which represents 4D. And the pineal gland receives electromagnetic energy from the quantum realm, which is the 5D. And if you're not familiar with this terminology, 3D, 4D, 5D, I've got a video on my page I posted maybe 2 days ago. This is the reason that when you meditate, you want to do it in complete darkness, because the electromagnetic energy from the sun can affect your connection to the 5D, and it causes interference. If you're wondering where I'm going with this and what this has to do with the subconscious, just stick around and bear with me, because I'm getting there. So the sun radiates energy, which through your eyes, your brain converts to light. So it's actually you who's producing the light, because you have to ask yourself, when you close your eyes and you try to visualize something, how can you see it in color? How can you see it in light? Where does that light come from if you're not actually having light from an external source? The light is coming from inside of you. It's because all of the senses are created in the brain. That's why we call it perceived reality. We're calling it perceived reality because it's a simulation produced from ourselves, like a projector. You go to the movies, you watch the movie on the screen in front of you. You believe that the movie is there on the screen in front of you, but it's actually coming from the projector, which is behind you. You could say this is where we get the term projection from, when a person is projecting their inner reality or thoughts on someone else. Because your reality is the reflection of your subconscious mind, and your life is a mirror of your beliefs and thoughts. So if you start to think of your eyes like the lens, and your brain is the source of light, this is how you create your reality. This is how you project your reality. So what you're doing is you're creating this movie called your life. And this visualization from your brain takes energy. And this is why we need to sleep. This is why the system is set up in such a way so that the earth rotates and the energy from the sun gets blocked, so that we can take a moment and recharge our projector. Because just like a projector, if the bulb gets too hot, then it has to turn off and rest. To wrap it up, in order to manifest the life we want, we need to connect our heart to our pineal gland, or third eye, and visualize and project our new reality. But here's the catch, and this is where the subconscious comes in, that our beliefs and thoughts need to align that in the belief that all this is possible, and then not only that, that we deserve it, that we can do it, that we have the power to do this. This is where frequency comes in, because this is the last part of it, is that we need to vibrate at a frequency where we are believing in ourselves and we're working from a place of love and gratitude and excitement. We have to feel the positive emotions for a wish fulfilled that hasn't quite happened yet. Think of it like when a script writer or a director goes out to make a movie. He has to go around and get funding, and people have to believe that the movie's going to come out and it's going to be good and it's already made. They have to give them the funding. So think of your emotions like the funding for the movie of your life. And this is the catch. If you like this type of content, follow me, like, comment, share. I've got a ton more stuff on my page, so take a look at my page. Have a fantastic day.
This is single-handedly the best explanation of the pineal gland that I've ever heard. Me personally, I'll forget this tomorrow, because the way my mind is, it's like a sieve. I just forget everything. But it's explained perfectly in detail, and it's correct. It's there when it's being dumbed down by society. Fluoride in the water was one years ago. Heavy metals in the body, whatever it may be. They don't want us, them being the suits and the families that run the world. There's probably about 7 families maybe. There's billions of us. Make it make sense. But the way it's been is we've been dumbed down. We've never questioned it, never had to. Certain people questioned it. They was clowned and called crazy, carted off to institutions, was told they was on drugs, discredited. It's ridiculous. Nowadays, we're all about spirituality, or we should be. We should all be getting on the same page. It's 2025. Look at what's happening. Look at how these things are happening. Stop being stubborn and make your own mind up. There's more to life than the rat race. Get in touch with your spirituality, whether it's meditation, yoga, grounding mats, copper pyramids, reading a book, listening to a podcast, anything. Just start small.
If the flat Earth community were growing rapidly, there are several tactics that could be used to disrupt or divide the movement. 1. Controlled opposition. Some individuals within the flat earth community might seem supportive, but actually promote misleading or contradictory ideas to confuse followers. They could push extreme or inconsistent theories that discredit the movement in the eyes of more logical or skeptical members. 2. Disinformation campaigns. False or exaggerated information could be spread, aimed at confusing people or derailing critical thinking. This could include fake evidence or misleading arguments that make people question the core beliefs, causing infighting or disillusionment. 3. Agent provocateurs. Individuals might be placed within the community to intentionally cause conflict. They could make inflammatory statements, stir up arguments, or create hostility to divide the group and make followers distrust one another. 4. Infiltration by skeptics. High-profile skeptics or scientists might enter the flat earth community, posing as supporters to challenge core beliefs. They could present themselves as one of the group, but later introduce counter-arguments that cause rifts within the movement. 5. Trolls and disruptive behavior. Online, trolls or fake accounts could flood discussions with mockery, irrelevant arguments, or hostile comments. Their goal would be to create chaos, derail productive conversations, and create frustration within the community. 6. Dividing based on small ideological differences. Small disagreements within the flat earth community could be amplified to create factions. For example, debates about the specific models of flat earth to divide followers and distract from the broader cause. 7. Appeals to ego or personal gain. Certain individuals might present themselves as leaders or offer solutions that appeal to followers, but in a way that fragments the movement. They could promote their own interpretations of flat earth theory, causing followers to stray from the core ideas and weaken the community's unity. 8. Psychological operations. PSYOPs. More sophisticated tactics could involve planting stories or creating fear to foster paranoia. For instance, followers could be led to believe that outside forces are conspiring against them, or that internal division is part of a larger plan, sowing distrust among members. These are all methods that could be used to divide or control a movement like Flat Earth, especially if it were becoming more influential.
This was just to see what ChatGPT really would say about it. I'm not saying anything. What I will say is I'm going to leave you with this next clip, which is the last clip. Close your eyes, relax, and listen to the, obviously not if you're driving and stuff, but find somewhere safe, pull over, listen to this, just for 1 minute, take a breather, and it might help. And I will see you on the next one. Thank you for joining me.